Hi everyone, this is Laylee, and today I'm going to go through the step-by-step process of installing the DasTrader Pro for your IB account. So if you go to dastrader.com subscribe, there are three options. The first one is the real-time simulator. This is if you don't have a live account and you want to just get your feet wet, you might want to go and download the simulator first, but today I'm going to go through it assuming that you have an Interactive Broker live account and you want to connect it with your DAS and install the DasTrader Pro and get started. So we're going to click here to select our subscription for our DasTrader Pro. There are different packages that you can pick. The one that I recommend is the Deluxe package, which gives you the total view. You have the level 2. It's for $150 per month. So I will click this, subscribe. So now I have my subscription set through PayPal, and I can return back to finish up the connection of my account. Now I have to check my email in order to get an email from the DasTrader Pro with how to connect DAS with the Interactive Broker and download. After a few minutes, you will receive an email from sales@dastrader.com. This email will have your username and password and also a link to download and install DAS. Once you click on that link, it will bring you here. These are all the releases. You want to download the recent one, which for me today is March 10th. You will download. Go proceed with installing DAS on your computer. So as you can see, the first time when you go through it, it's going to ask you for security questions, phone number, email address, and you have to change your password, and then that's going to be it. Again, if it's your first time, you have to sign a few exchange agreements, so you can do it the first time to get them done with. It's going to take you to the DAS agreement web page, username, put your password in, of course reading them, and you have to complete the few questions. Once you have signed all the agreements, you can close the web page and go back to your DasTrader. Once you're back here, you might want to go and change your password. So now you can see that this is DasTrader. At the top there are two accounts. One of them is an IB account. The other one starts with TRIB, which is your simulator account. At this moment, the simulator, of course, has a buying power of 100,000, but the IB account has nothing because I haven't still linked my IB account with the DasTrader Pro. So in the next step, we're going to do this. So if we go back to the subscribe page of DasTrader, you will see that here says that this is to connect your live accounts to DAS. So we have to fill out this form after we have created our DasTrader account. Once you submit that, it might take a few minutes to a few days to get approved from IB. But once you do, then when you log into your DasTrader, you will see that your IB account is going to have whatever amount that you have in your IB account with, and if it's over 25,000, which is the minimum that you need for being an active day trader, you will get the buying power as well. This is the default for the DasTrader. Now briefly I'm going to go through how to make changes, make it a little bit nicer to look at, and briefly adding a few charts, connecting it to your montage, building your watch list, and setting it around. So the first thing is, this is the time. When you right click on it, you will see that you have the option of changing it however you want. You can have it as a countdown to market close or open, or we just can uncheck that. and have it only show the time and the date. This is going to be your account. So again, you can move that as well to here. You don't really need to see it. So you can have it at the top where your clock is going to go and come over it. This is the montage. And the way that I'm going to build it, I'm going to have 4 charts and all of them linked to the montage. And we're going to have it in a way that all of them have similar setting to what I see here, which is a white background. And I'm going to show you how to add a few of the different studies, and we're going to get started. So this is the market view. I use that as my watch list. So you can right click, add a new row, and you can start adding, say I want to add. So I'm going to go and change a little bit the background of it, maybe change it white. These are all the columns that you can see. Of course, you can move that around if you want. Probably want to see the symbol if you want to see the tick up or down, how much it has changed. I'm probably going to get rid of the ask and bid. Volume is something that I would like to see. High and low, not necessarily. You could have the previous close and today's open if you want, but you can see everything in the chart and you can have it set up as lines. The other thing that I like to see is the percentage change and also the RWAL. This is going to be the relative volume, and it's going to be very helpful when you do the training to kind of see how things are, if it's a lot of trading going on in that stock or not. So this is going to be my watch list that, again, as I said, I can start adding, can keep an eye. The next thing that I will be adding is, I have it still here, the positions with closed positions, so I can move it up here, or if I want, I can hide it. And I'm going to go ahead and move these around and create charts. To create a chart, you can go to the codes tab and click on the chart, and it's going to create one chart. You can see that it's blank for you. The other thing is that you can have a hotkey that would duplicate a chart that you have. This is the chart that I would like to create others similar to this. So rather than starting with a blank chart, I want to duplicate these and then start making changes to it. So what I'm going to do is I will go to the hotkeys. You can see that there are already a few hotkeys there, and I'm going to create a hotkey that would duplicate my chart. So I'm going to add a new item, and I'm going to give it a name, duplicate window. I can come and pick from here. So I would pick window configuration, duplicate window, and I would go ahead and add this here, and I can give it a hotkey. So what do I want to press on my keyboard that would run this script? So I will just go ahead and say Control D, and I'm going to commit. So you can see that it added a new hotkey here that duplicates the window whenever I click Control D. Of course, there are a bunch of other hotkeys. There are some hotkeys for putting an order, for going from 1 minute chart to 5 minute chart, daily chart, but this is the one that I created that I'm going to use right now. So when I come here, click on this chart, and when I press Control D, you can see that it created a chart exactly like this. So this is a good starting point. I'm going to get rid of this, and I'm going to go ahead and create 4 of these. So I have 4 charts. Now I want to go ahead and change it from have 1 minute, maybe 5 minutes, 15 minute daily for a stock. So I'm going to right click, and I'm going to add the toolbar so I can have all of these here. So we'll see when I click on the one, it's going to show me the 1 minute, 2 minute, 15, 30, 60, daily chart, and the weekly chart. So this is going to be my 1 minute. I will have toolbar for all of them. This is 5 minutes. Let's do 15 minutes and daily. So now that I have this, let's go and see what each of these lines are and if we want to add anything new to it. So right click, study config. This is what I have. You can change them. You can change the colors of them if you want. You can add new ones if you want. Right, so what I'm going to do is, instead of having these separate, I'm going to add the pair. So I'm going to remove the 9 and the 20. And I'm going to go ahead and find a moving average pair. Okay, so I have 9 exponential, okay, and the 20 exponential. And I usually like to use the high, low, and close divided by 3. And these are the colors of it. Pink for 9, and maybe purple. And it's also going to show me when they cross over. So then I have the VWAP. It's black. I like to have my VWAP as something that is distinguishable. I'm going to have it blue. Okay, let's config it so it's not showing. Commit. So you can see that here and here I have yesterday close, and then again pre-market high and pre-market low. Again, it's up to you if you want to show them. Not one of the most important factors that I would like to kind of make it different is my yesterday close. So I would like to have it distinguishable. Okay, again, pre-market high and low. You can have it the same that it is, and today's high and low, again, is up to you. I can go ahead and for now, let's just delete this. Commit. So this is what I have. Okay, so now that you have added what you want for this chart, what you can do is you would right click and save settings. So it's going to go ahead and save this setting that you created for the chart. You can name it as default. You can give it whatever name you want. So let's call it chart 1. Click save. And then if I want the same settings on my other chart, I can come here, right click, load settings, click chart 1, open. So you would see that it's going to be 1 minute. That's fine. I just have to go ahead and change it to 5 minutes. I'm going to do the same for my 15 and 1 day. So the other thing is that this is your montage, right? And you want to make sure that all of these are connected with each other. So you see that anchor here, you're going to click on it, drop it on this chart, click on the anchor, drop it here, click on this, drop it here, and click on the anchor and drop it here. So this, once we have anchored all of these charts with our montage, I can come change it to say my city, and you can see that all of them is going to show. Once you have created this desktop the way that you want, what you want to do is you come in the file and you save your desktop. If you save it as default, this is going to be the file that every time that you open DOS, it's going to open it, okay? You can have multiple desktop with different settings, but I want this to be my default, so I would save it as the default, replace it, yes. So anytime that I go and open up DOS again, this is the desktop that is going to open up. You can have multiple desktops with different settings. I have one when I'm traveling with one monitor. I have one when it's my home desktop, and I have 3 monitors. So you can create different settings, give them different names, and you can see that when you open up a desktop, you will see all of those files with the extension of .dsx, and you can open up whichever that you want. In the future videos, I will go a little bit more detail on how to configure the montage, how to add hotkeys, how to add the time and sale, and have multiple. Thank you for watching. Give me a thumbs up, leave a comment. I would like to hear and see what you would like to hear, what other videos you would like, and I will create educational videos. Keep it great.